Happy Monday. It's August 17th, 2020, and most importantly, it's another day to be thankful to be on the right side of the ground. Whether you're starting your day, enjoying lunch, driving, or tuning in a different day that this episode drops, really appreciate you tuning in. I'm looking forward to enjoying this cup of coffee with you today. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us in today's episode of The Modern Believer, the podcast that reminds us that the good news is that there is good news. Everyone, missed you all on Friday. Sorry about that. Life happens, right? But please continue to tag me in more good news this week and share the episode today with one new person who would enjoy good news every Monday and Friday. Also, if you give the episode a shout out on social, please tag me so I know. As always, huge thanks for everyone for sharing, subscribing, and leaving a review last week. Today, we have our first interview, everyone. We're talking with Lindsey Bridges here in Orlando, who is the founder of Pledge to Protect. Lindsey Bridges partnered with Mudhole Custom Tackle and Protekt Gear to collect and supply PPE, personal protective equipment and sanitation products for Central Florida public school teachers. Way to go, Lindsey. Loving, expecting nothing in return. And I am so excited to talk to Lindsey a little bit more here, and you guys learn a little bit more about Lindsey and the awesome initiative. However, in case this is your first time tuning in, welcome in. You made it. And right on time. On behalf of myself and all the other modern believers out there, we're so happy to have you in. There's always room for one more. Before we begin, though, you may be wondering, Eddie, what or who is the modern believer? Great question. Here's my answer. The modern believer is you. It's our families. It's me. It's our communities. In a world with so many contrasting views, we can agree that we're constantly bombarded with news that do the opposite of cheering us up. However, we can all agree on one thing, and that is that we all enjoy a positive story that reminds us that there is humanity and a lot of good going on in the world. The modern believer is an individual that knows change can happen. Let's begin. Lindsey, thank you so much for being on today's episode. How are you? How you been?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. I know we've had a few conversations about Pledge to Protect, and I'm really excited to help spread the word, especially here in Central Florida. And obviously, huge shout out to our mutual friend, Gianni Gertman, who put us in touch. For those that may not know Gianni, he is the man. So much love, Gianni. And so we're just going to ask a few questions. Let's learn a little bit more about Pledge to Protect, how we can help, what your mission is, what you're providing, and who you're doing it for. Okay? Does that sound fair?
Yes.
Perfect. So first question, where are you from, Lindsey?
I'm from Central Florida, Seminole County.
Great. Where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Keith Elementary, Indian Trails Middle School, and Winter Springs High School.
Perfect. So you've been here for a decent amount of your life, you would say?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. I've been here for about 3 years so far, a little bit like 3.5 years. And I like Central Florida. I like it. It's nice. It's a big change from North Carolina. So, but nevertheless, really happy to be here, and it's filled with great people like yourself. So that's perfect.
Thank you.
Lindsey, who is Lindsey and what inspired you to do this?
I'm 22 years old. I'm a UCF student, and I'm majoring in biology and mathematics. I love science and education. And my inspiration for doing this derived from a conversation I was having with a former teacher of mine, just about Florida schools reopening, and he was voicing his concerns about not having enough supplies, like personal protective equipment or sanitation products. And it made me reflect on my experience in high school, how we were just about out of soap on a regular basis during normal times. So since I work in a company that also has a sister company that now makes personal protective equipment, I wondered if I could maybe help ameliorate that issue.
Oh, that's awesome. What's the name of the company?
Protekt Gear.
Great. That's a sister company or the parent company?
It is a sister company. It is owned by the same person that owns Mudhole Custom Tackle.
Got it. And then, so what specifically do they do?
Protekt Gear started producing personal protective equipment like face masks and face shields, and they also supply signage that people can buy to hang around their office spaces or possibly even schools, wherever, that indicate social distancing.
Cool. So, what is your mission as an individual and for Pledge to Protect?
So my mission as an individual is to sorry.
No, that's fine. That's awesome. Nothing to be sorry about. You're helping change lives. When we spoke, you said you've given out over 100 care packages so far, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. And then it's correct me if I'm wrong, it's 10 masks, right?
Yes.
And then how many face shields again?
2.
2. And then obviously some hand sanitizer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, not obvious because there's a shortage, right? There
Yes.
has been a shortage everywhere. So I think that is some of the challenges that you've been facing, and a few others. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, tell us a little bit more about what your challenges have been trying to get this all up and running.
Yeah, so I've never done anything like this before, and it's kind of been
Oh, you've never been in a global pandemic either? Me neither. That's funny that we have that in common as well. That's cool.
no, I was born after 1918.
Yeah.
But it's just been a lot of figuring it out as I go, and at the moment I'm the sole person putting together these care packages, and there's been a massively increased demand, and I've been able to keep up with it quite well with just the personal protective equipment and the care packages, but at the moment it can be hard to come by sanitizer reliably.
Sure.
That's FDA approved and safe. So that's been one of my challenges.
Yeah. So, other than hand sanitizer, that's one of the things that you need the most. What else do you need, and how could people help? How can people help your cause?
Well, I need people to help me put together care packages. I may be able to get help from my employer, but I am open to anybody who wants to reach out through the Facebook page or the email that I have provided.
Perfect. And then remind us one more time, where can people pick this up?
Mudhole Custom Tackle, 2133 Component Loop, Suite 1001, Oviedo, Florida, 32765.
Great. And then for those listening, that address is not going to be repeated again. So you better grab a pen and paper. Just kidding. That's obviously going to be in the episode notes. And also, it'll be all over social media for the next few months. So, and at the tackle shop, Custom Tackle, what's the name again?
Mudhole Custom Tackle.
At Mudhole Custom Tackle, what hours can people stop by and pick up?
During our normal business hours, which are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday.
Hold up. Technical difficulties. Aha, we're back. Go ahead. So sorry about that. All right, so where were we at? We were saying what hours can people stop by and pick this up? And yeah, go ahead.
Our normal business hours, which are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Perfect. Um, and what do they need in order to be able to pick up the care package and what you're providing?
So the mission is to provide these care packages for public school teachers in the Central Florida region. And all you need is a teacher ID. And you're even able to bring somebody else's teacher ID and pick up a package if it is convenient for you.
That's very convenient. There's always that one teacher that will be like, I got everyone, just Venmo me.
Carpool.
Oh, yeah, carpool. There you go.
Healthy environment.
There you go. That's 100%. So they need to have their teacher ID, and then Central Florida. So right now you're focusing on Orange and Seminole County, right?
Predominantly, most of the people who have contacted us are Orange and Seminole County. However, Central Florida does encompass a lot of multiple counties.
Sure.
So anyone from Central Florida is welcome.
Perfect. And how long are you doing this for?
Tentatively until Halloween, but we're doing it for as long as we can.
Awesome. Great. So you're doing this until about Halloween. Again, in a nutshell, you're trying to get some PPE equipment to teachers, public school teachers in the Central Florida area, but they need to have their teacher ID with them present so they can get complimentary face masks, 10 face masks, 2 face shields, and some hand sanitizer, correct?
Yes.
And again, this is completely free. That's awesome. You are awesome. And then your employer is awesome. That is what people need. And like we talk in the podcast, good news is the good news, right? So like good news is that there are amazing people like Lindsey, everyone, that are doing this because they want to. I think Lindsey will agree that it's costing you no money to be a kind person.
Yes.
And you having been a student that at your high school and middle schools, and you saying that you at times didn't have soap. I mean, I can't even imagine right now. And I know that we could talk about that for a while, but for the sake of having a brief episode, with students potentially coming back to classes, or some of them are already transitioning to classes, that's obviously a challenge that everyone's facing. So, Lindsey, you go to UCF, right?
Yes.
And so tell us, when do you graduate, and what are you studying again?
I'm studying biology and mathematics.
So you're way smarter than me. Cool. Thanks. So
I will hopefully graduate somewhere around 2022. You can't finish. But what I would like to do with it is potentially go somewhere into the field of genetics. I am mainly interested in the subject in a broad sense, but also phylogenetics, which integrates genetic data and taxonomy.
Whoa, that's cool. Is there so tell us a little bit more about, for the listeners, including myself, that don't know what taxonomy is. Tell us just a little bit about it.
Oh, okay. So taxonomy, the father of taxonomy is Linnaeus, and it's your kingdom, phylum, all that, if you recall from your biology class. But that was mainly based off of so classifying organisms based off of morphology alone. So if they looked similar, then we assume that they're closely related. But now, since we can actually tell how closely related species are with genetic data, sometimes we can see that those similarities are actually derived from a similar environment. So they evolve independently as opposed to them being very closely related, and that's why they share that trait.
Great. That's yes, taxonomy. How could I forget? Oh, my bad. Yeah, completely. No, that's awesome. Good for you. So we're gonna wrap this interview up. Who are some people that you want to thank?
All right. I would like to thank Tracy. She is a contact from a local police department. She works in fundraisers, and she gave me a lot of tips, and she was very helpful in getting me, helping me start this.
Nice. Thanks,
And
Tracy.
Brooke, my boss, for donating a ton of supplies initially and giving me the space and materials that I need to operate. Joy for providing us stationery, a template for a personal note that's in every care package. And Kyle, who is a former teacher of mine, who was the recipient of our first care package and has been very integral in spreading the word. My friend Cameron, who has also been sharing this across all platforms since the beginning.
Nice.
And David and Jocelyn at the CFFC for really coming to my aid and providing a lot of funding and applying for a grant from the FFRF, which was also approved, and getting me a collective $2,000.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hey, thank you to everyone. I know, and you probably have a handful of other people that you want to thank. So it's great to see community people coming together, and even through these obvious times that we're going through, humanity exists. People are pushing, and here we have local people like Lindsey and her colleagues that are trying to make the difference. They're trying to be the difference that they want to be, they want to see, and that they want to be, and inspire others to. So, Lindsey, anything else you want to say to people listening and watching today?
Thank you so much to everyone who has helped and who has donated. I am completely blown away. Did not expect it to get this far.
And it's only going to get farther, okay? It's only going to get farther. Because we're going to be sending this to principals all over the area. We're going to try and spread the word to teachers as well. So if you know one teacher, if you're a listener and you know one teacher in the Central Florida area, or just a teacher in general, right? Because I think it's important to give that hope to teachers nationwide as well. Wherever you are, we want to tell you that we love you so much that I like to think that everyone at least has had one amazing teacher that has helped them shape the way that we think, who we are, similar to maybe how Kyle for you.
Yes.
Yeah, Kyle, you inspired Lindsey to do something great with her life, and she'll continue to do that. And that's just people that are just being themselves, loving, expecting nothing in return, everyone. So again, thank you so much to all the teachers out there. We love you all. And you are truly our everyday superheroes, just like nurses and doctors. And I don't think we can tell you how much we love you, period.
Absolutely.
So thank you, everyone. If you know a teacher, share this with them. If you have any ideas how we could further spread the word for Pledge to Protect, please reach out to myself or Lindsey. Spoiler alert, you're going to be seeing a lot of this on the social media pages of The Modern Believer as well for the next few months. Since I myself, I was talking to Lindsey before the interview, I had amazing teachers that helped me become who I am, that said, yes, yeah, you can do it. And that's what we need to do with children. And be the yes man, yes woman, right? Because you never know. Steve Jobs was told yes once. No, Lindsey was told yes once. So look where she is, right?
Told no a lot too.
Huh?
Told no a lot too.
Absolutely. That's part of life.
Great motivator.
But every no is closer to a yes.
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 Great. So everyone be on the lookout. We'll probably have Lindsey on throughout the next few months, every now and then, as far as a status update. And again, if you have any ideas how we can help spread the word, let us know. And follow Pledge to Protect, who will be tagged in all the posts pertaining to this movement on social. Share it, love it, like it. And thank you, Lindsey. Seriously.
Thank you.
Have a great week, Lindsey. And everyone else, make it a great day. Thank you. Everyone, loving and expecting nothing in return. I'm going to be working with Lindsey as much as I can. And I will make sure to keep all of you updated for sure. Be on the lookout for all social, for the page to be featured in social for the next few months, amongst other news. And remember, it costs $0 to be a kind human being. Keep smiling and loving all the people we encounter in our walks of life. I want to thank you for your time and remind you that I love you. I'm immensely proud of you, no matter where you are in life. You have a friend in me. That smile you give, uplifting attitude to a stranger may change their day. And maybe, just maybe, thanks to the love you gave them today, they start spreading that love to others. And then, boom, we build a beautiful chain reaction of love, everyone. Stay blessed and keep fighting the good fight. Thanks for joining today's episode of The Modern Believer, the podcast that reminds us that the good news is that there is good news. Make it a great day.